you summertime fine. Too early. Okay. let me. Hold on. Okay. I don't even know the words like this.
I forgot it, honestly.
Girl, you summertime fine. I don't be the underline. What it do, Greenville? Good evening. How are you? If you're just now tuning in, we just listened to ECU's very own Kyle Breeze with his new single, right? Hypocritical Buffoon, off of his album
Gon Be K.I.D.S.
And when should we be expecting that?
This Saturday, March 7th.
Ooh, this
2
Saturday,
days away.
March 7th. And I can find it on SoundCloud, Spotify, what?
You can find it on Spotify. Well, after March 7th, you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, literally anything you can find music on, really.
Lit. Amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed that song. I enjoyed it. Good job.
Thank you.
He was just saying that he pretty much did everything for that song.
Oh yeah, I laid the drum track. I played the guitar. I played all the guitar on the album, but yeah, that's all me.
Nice. Yay. Clap. I wish there was like a live crowd in here. That'd be like, ah. Okay, so for those who were not tuned in before we played that song and did not hear that, the explanation of what the song is about, can you please repeat it for him?
That song, yeah, especially now. That song is about sort of this figment of an imagination of a partner. It's about the idea or the attraction of being with someone but not actually being into being with that person. So you become attracted to this idea, this sort of figment of your imagination as a result of whatever you're going through, loneliness or despair or anything. So you come up with this idea and you become attracted to the idea rather than the person. And then you suffer as a result, and that's what that song is about.
Nice. That's deep.
That's deep.
That is deep. So what was your inspiration for that?
That song, the inspiration for that song goes directly with the inspiration for the album.
Okay.
Gon Be K.I.D.S. is an album about mortality. And what I mean by that is, my little cousin passed away about 2 years ago now. And after that, it kind of like made me wonder about life. It made me wonder what our purpose is and what our path is.
Yeah.
So Gon Be K.I.D.S. The K.I.D.S. stands for Killed in Desperate Seclusion. And the album is essentially about mortality, in that we all want to ask questions and we all want to find a way to cope with mortality. And the fact that we all deal with it in different ways is beautiful in itself, but the way we come out of that is by love and camaraderie.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to map out sort of my journey into the love and camaraderie through the questions about mortality.
I love that. That was so beautifully said.
Thank you.
That was so nice. Wow. You're just making me think. This is able to show. Now I'm just gonna sit and think. That was really well said. Thank you.
Thank you.
So what's your writing process? Because for me, so for anybody who doesn't know, I also, dabble in writing and do things here and there.
She's fire.
Oh, God,
absolutely fire.
Thank you. So for me, I typically listen to the beat and then I write to that, but then sometimes I do have random lyrics or like a song that kind of needs to be put to it. Yes. I need to put that in the system. That's terrible. I work at the station and none of my music is in here.
You gotta put that one in there at least.
I do, right? So what's your process? What's your process? Yeah.
It's changed over the years. Like I was saying at first, my mom was a big influence on the way I write.
Yeah.
She was the one who introduced me to Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt. Like anytime I would come to her like, oh, I haven't listened to this, she'd be like, oh, no, you have to listen to this.
Yeah.
Like for Nas, just listening to Jay and Nas and J. Cole, I just got more comfortable with the rap lyrics. As of recent, I've been listening to a lot of Nirvana, the Smashing Pumpkins, and a lot of rock bands.
Yeah.
So that's where the guitar is coming in. But the process essentially is, I'll say specifically for this, a lot of the songs came from little poems I would write on the Metro while I was in D.C.
Okay.
And I sort of took the ideology from those poems, put it all into music first, and after I had batches of music, I would put that through writing, sit down and write notebooks full of raps, and then take lines out here and there, do whatever I need to do, lay the vocals down, and then go from there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It sounds like you have that down packed. Do you think the process will change at all, or you think you've got a good one?
That's been the process for the last 2 albums now.
Okay.
The last album was called Money Ain't Everything, and it goes right with this album.
Yeah.
And so I just started making all the beats recently, but yeah, it's pretty much cemented at this point.
That's really awesome. Wow, all the success to you, all the greatness,
Hey, same to you.
So, thank you. What artists do you look up to? You mentioned Jay-Z, you mentioned Cole, but what is like, if you had to pick one artist that you're just like, they are definitely very influential in my work, in the way I listen to music, in the way I view music?
I know I already said Cole, but that's gotta be J. Cole. Like, just all around. I feel like I've grown as a person just from listening to his interviews and seeing an intelligent black man who's not just a rapper, but he also has his degree. Yeah. So it's just nice seeing him and being able to... I don't like to get into the word role model too much, but I just getting to witness his come up and the way he does things and the way he carries himself all around has affected my life positively. Yeah. And I think it can do that for a lot of people, because a lot of people try to demonize rap, but J. Cole is definitely that person for me.
Yes, I completely agree, because like, not to knock any other, you know, types of rap or hip hop, but like, I'm more of, I want the lyrics. I want your lyrics to mean something. I want them to impact me. I want to be able to relate to them. For instance, when it comes to trap music, I can't relate to having a bunch of women. I can't relate to, you know, participating in all these extracurriculars, you know. I can't relate to violence in my life, you know. So it's like, even Cole, he went through all that, but he's coming out in a way to kind of teach you and kind of just rebrand your mindset, you know, just change your mindset. And it's unfortunate just because, like, a lot of kids growing up are just like, oh, he's boring, his music is boring, and that's what you hear about him. And I'm just like, you guys know he's actually saying really, really nice things, and it's like on a hot beat, like, you know, like he's got it all, but it's just the fact that he's not talking about money, women, and drugs.
I think the fact that he's getting on the trap beats now is like showing people, like, he's spitting the same smart stuff, but just now people are getting spoon-fed the message, so they starting to understand it.
Exactly. Like, I think Revenge of the Dreamers 3 definitely did that. For me, Middle Child. Oh, yeah. And then when he hopped on a track with 21 Savage, I was just like, bro, like, you like, and then he, with Young Thug, I was just like, bro, you got it. Like, you can do it all. And, like, in his rap, he says that rapping like that is out of his comfort zone. So to hear him kind of dominate that, and then like when his part comes on, that's like everybody's favorite part.
Everybody's favorite.
It's so, I love J. Cole.
J. Cole.
Can you tell?
Yeah.
I'm geeked. I love him. Like, whenever there's a day that like I do not know how I feel, or like there's no music that like hits, I put on some Cole and I'm just like, okay, I can start my day. Facts. Yeah. For me, it was Jay-Z too. Okay. Jay-Z was always that, ironically, because how I just said the whole thing about how people try to give a lot of, they don't give a lot of leeway to rap. Yeah. And Jay has turned that into, like, now he's a businessman. Yeah. And seeing all his success, and then seeing him make an album like 444 and talk about family issues, like, that gave me a lot of inspiration too. Yeah. To just be like, oh, I can talk about how I felt in my dorm. Yeah. I can talk about how I felt like walking to the dining hall, or like, it's just like rap is the everyman's genre, and a lot of people forgot that. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. That's really awesome. Yay. So, we see that in a sense you look up to Jay-Z and J. Cole. You got a thing for J's. Yeah. In light of that, who's your dream artist to work with? Dream artist. Ooh, now I'm talking dead or alive. Oh, dang, that's even harder now. One that just came to mind was Beyonce, though. The way she does everything. Her song, I Care. She harmonizes. The way she harmonizes with that guitar on that song is incredible. Yeah. So I think like getting to do something like that and just watching her just float through a melody like that would just be it would just be incredible. Exactly. And then have her rap too, because she, she do be spitting. She kind of dabbles, you know. That's nice. And the fact that you brought up I Care, that song is so nice. Like, she is really like, she's putting it all on the track, and that's what you're gonna get from her, because it's like, she gives it her all. Like, she does nothing but greatness.
It's true.
Black excellence.
Black
the
excellence.
Definition.
The definition.
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay, so dream artist, you know, who you want to work with. Now, back to your music, because, you know, we're done talking about other people. What is it that you want people to get out of your music? Because I know that, you know, a lot of the times music is up for interpretation, but at the end of the day, you created a song to be taken a certain way because that's how you wrote it. So what do you want the people to get out of Hypocritical? What do you want the people to get out of Hypocritical Buffoon or any other song that you put out?
Hypocritical Buffoon or any other song. So the purpose of my music, I had to ask myself what my music meant a while ago. When I was younger, back in Elizabeth City,
Woo!
a lot of what we used to do was get on trap beats and just show people that we were aggressive, that we could rap, that we were technically savvy, that we could do whatever we wanted on a track. And after I got to college, that changed because then I got hit with some like real life stuff. Like, my little cousin passed away, my granddad passed away, and a lot of the stress from college was like exacerbated by just real life. Like, it showed me like that things are gonna happen and that rap does not exist in sort of this black hole of subject matter. Like, I don't have to just brag about being better than everybody, and I don't want to. I never really wanted to. That's not in my nature. And so that turned me to trying to create something that really impacted people. Like, that's what Money Ain't Everything, the previous album that I made in 2018, and then it came out in 2019. But that album, essentially, the last track on that song is for my aunt. And seeing her smile when she heard that song, it showed me a whole new dimension of rap. And it showed me that I could make music that could really, really help people get through tough times. Now, I could never be God, but I could at least, I could give people a piece of my faith and hope that that is manifested as something positive for them. So if my music continues to do that for people, then I'm just grateful to be making music and be here.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow, guys. The Kyle Breeze is a humble human being. Beautiful. Amazing. So I'm sure you've probably answered this in some way, shape, or form, or you'll probably just mesh all your answers together for this. But what inspires you to make music, to do what you do, to have this outlook on life? You know, what inspires you?
What inspires me? A lot of different things. Right now, it's kind of like I look up to a lot of people that just do positive things for the world. Like Kurt Cobain was an individual who advocated a lot for women. And like, people didn't completely understand that because it was behind the guitar and things like that. But when you really delve into his personality and what he wanted to stand for, he wanted to do a lot of positive things for the world. And he did through his music and through his life, even though people kind of overlooked that. So stories like that, stories like Johnny Cash, he made music until he was well into old age, and I think that resonates with me because I want to do the same thing. And it shows you like music is life. Like, that whole notion inspires me to just kind of keep going and realize that it's not about the plays, it's not about the likes, it's about what do I get from this. It's about the journey, not the destination. And so that kind of notion inspires me.
Wow, I can't even, like, what am I supposed to say after that other than good night, folks, you know? Cause that was so beautiful answers. We are out of time for this interview. Wasn't that quick?
That was quick,
right? But I feel like so much was said.
So much good stuff.
That I learned a lot about you.
Thank you.
Because, you know, I usually just see you in passing or something, so I learned a lot about you. That was really nice. Yeah, it's really nice to hear your outlook, and I think through that I'll definitely listen to your music differently, you know, because I was already taking it for what it was, but now I'm gonna take it for what it was meant to be.
Thank you. That sounds great.
Awesome. So thank you so much for coming on air.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this.
Of course. Do you want to tell the people, you know, tell them about your album coming up, and then tell them where to find you one more time?
The album is called Gon Be K.I.D.S. That's going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play, wherever you listen to music. You can find me on Instagram at kbreeze_NC, KBREEZE_NC. Same thing on Twitter, and on Facebook, just type in Kyle Breeze and you'll find me.
We love it. Yay, yay, yay.
Hey.
For anybody just now tuning in, you're listening to Down to It with your girl DJ Naneezy and WZMB 91.3 FM, and I am here with the Kyle Breeze.
Thank you for that.
you guys missed it, but it's okay. You know, just hit me up and I can send you the recording or whatever. Usually before I go, sometimes I like just mess around on the beat and freestyle a little bit. Okay. So would you like to do that?
Let's do it.
Okay, so you can freestyle. Okay, so it's in the morning. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You're gonna freestyle a little bit, and it's okay if you mess up. You can be goofy, but I be talking about peas and whatever. So I'm gonna just bump it up a bit.
Cool.
And then when you feeling it, jump on that, and then we'll close it out.
Cool.
All right. Hey.
Are the drums back?
Hey.
Hey. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look. Guess who Bazak with it? Still a factor on tracks. As a matter of fact, paralysis couldn't stop us. No lacking, continuous, full attacking. Working, praying we make it through. Cause even with the odds against us, we gon' grind and keep it true. Yeah. Hold on.
That was nice. We can end it right there.
Let me see.
Okay.
Hold on. Yeah. Corridor. Oh, hold on. Let me bring that back. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I got it.
Alright.
Yeah. See why they mad when they see you shining like seeing diamonds. Need some peace and quiet, cause they won't be able to see us. I'm grinding. Soon to be rich. All the hatred is futilely spit, and we won't let no opportunity slip. It's life. Ever so unlike the average with these rhyming patterns, way beyond the status quo, attacking with the lines of an assassin. That ain't even the half of the matter if they asking. Keep the passion and keep it consistent where they lacking. Unstoppable nature, phenomenal flavor, it's obvious they faking. Know where we going when the throne is vacant. I'm in a zone with no patience, we came to make a statement. Put it in quotation, to the top is where we plan to take it.
Ooh, that was nasty! Oh, that was nasty! That was nice. I was listening. I was like, wow, he's saying stuff. That is awesome. All right, listen, y'all. You've been listening to Down to It with your girl, DJ Naneezy on WZMB 91.3 FM, and that was ECU's own Kyle Breeze. Listen, y'all know I usually freestyle, but I'm not about to compete with that. So, on that note, we gonna say good night, bid you adieu, and y'all be safe out there, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Any last words, Kyle?
Thank you, Nana, so much for having me. Thank you, Kaitlyn. Shout out to Kaitlyn for connecting me with Nana.
KC.
Thank you, KC. Thank you, everybody that supports me. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, everybody back home. I appreciate y'all all the way with all my heart. Thank y'all.
Of course. Thank you for coming. All right, y'all. Good night. And stay tuned because your girl, Royal T, has got some tea for you. Of course. Duh. I'll see y'all. Oh, wait. Next week is spring break. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Hey. Goodbye.
Amazing. That was so good.
Yo.
That was so lit.